Here it is, December 4, 2022. We're into the 59th week of major construction. I'm down here at the West Paseo, going to shoot another walking tour today. It's still drizzling a little bit right now, but it's been an extended rain event for the Phoenix area over the last about 18 hours or so, give or take. We've had almost continuous rain since about 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. So it's a little bit drizzly now and cloudy, but I'm going to go down through here and see what we can see and see what's new. So let's move around this way first. Back over here around the little museum. They've continued to work on their surface stones, capping stones, finishing stones, whatever you want to call these things, through here. They're continuing to work on these, get these finished up. Down through here. See on these planter areas, they got their stone pretty far along on that, just as they've had over the last week or so. But across the site down through here, where they're using this finishing stone, they're starting to get it knocked out and done. So let's walk on back down around this way. Here they're continuing to work on this restroom and get it finished off and put into shape. So we're going around this way and walk down into the West Bowl. There's some other stuff up here in the West Paseo I want to show, but I'll show that when I make my finish the tour up back down here in the West Paseo. I'll show some more stuff down here. As we can see down through here, they've done quite a bit of concrete pouring since I was down here last. So these sidewalks are almost getting completed. Almost across the site, really. And back over here, they've been doing landscaping. Getting this all fixed up back in here by the Clayton on the Park building. Gonna step over this one place here, and then back down in here you can see they're also beginning to set up their concrete forms, and pretty soon this will all be completed down through here, so this will no longer be a major construction entrance through here. And you can see there's quite a bit of concrete poured down through here now, all through this area. The Gateway Plaza is what this area is called. And right there is the platform for windows to the west art piece that will be set up right there. You see quite a bit of concrete work done all back down through here now. So it gives you a good idea of how it will actually lay out through here as they move toward their completion. So we'll move on back down towards the Marshall Gardens here and see what they're doing down there. And again, you can see the sidewalks are moving on along, getting completed down through here. Again, I'm going to shoot this in 6-minute segments because it's just easier to manage and post doing that. So not quite there yet, but pretty soon. And back over here we can see the canopy ahead of us. I'm sure there's stuff left to be done on the canopy, but the major part of the sort of superficial paneling and stuff is all done, it seems. So So I'll walk over here into the Marshall Gardens. Gotta watch today. It's a little bit muddy down here. Needless to say, I think the winter storm that moved through delivered quite a bit of rain to the Phoenix area. I believe yesterday Sky Harbor Airport set a new record for the date of December 3rd with maybe a little over 3/4 of an inch. And that broke a record that was set back in 1908. So fairly significant event for the valley. And down in here, in the little Marshall Gardens, we can see around the edges here, they're starting to put down these larger stones that'll be for seating largely, I think. If you come up and sit down in here, you can see that you'll be able to sit around this little water feature here. All right, I'm coming up on, I'm just past 6 minutes, so I'm going to start up another segment here. All right, here I am on my second segment of the walk. So we'll move on around this way up towards the Botanic Gardens. And you can see really this whole area here in the little water feature is getting pretty far along. It's getting its capstones for the seating. The tile looks like it's largely completed there. So I'll tile all the way around. And seems to my eye, these stones that are on top here now are a darker color than they were the last time I was out here. I thought it was more of a cream color, but it's more of a sort of a light chocolate color. Maybe, I don't know if they replaced it or if it's just the water may be affecting the color of the stone, just to my eye. You can see out here, this will be the Botanic Gardens area. A lot of sidewalk poured out here, and they're fixing up some edging for areas that'll be planter areas and contain various kinds of plants. Move on around this way and then back over by the canopy here. Take a moment just to shoot the canopy from this point of view. And the canopy looks pretty nice. Once they get it done and they get their lighting fixed up for that, up lighting and whatnot, should be pretty impressive out here at night when they're throwing events and stuff. You see along here, they've got some edging and stuff that will be for the planters and whatnot through here. Let's go on back down this way, go by the canopy. See back up here, shot of the canopy there. Move on around this way. Get a shot up here of the canopy. This way. See what it looks like through here. Around and back down over on the west side over there in the West Bowl area. Starting to get that all cleaned up and fixed up back over there. And back through here, this is really starting to form up now. You can see back in here how the both stages lay out, the west side and the east side of this pavilion stage area. Getting all fixed up, looking good. I'm going to go on down this way and then wrap around to the water and fog plaza over there. Back down here, I did a little bit of a scouting trip through here before I started shooting, waiting for the sun to get a little bit higher. And I noticed down here the drainage doesn't seem that great at present. This area is kind of catching and holding water down here. Walk down through here, you can see this area down here is holding quite a bit of water. Currently it's not draining that well. We walk down in here, you can see it's a little swampy. You can hear me walking in the water right there, so maybe something yet that needs to be done here to create better drainage for this. A little bit swampy. So let's go on up here by the water and fog plaza. See what we can see up there. Take a shot of the canopy back over here, getting some trees set up through here. So canopy's looking nice. Wraps on around there. So it's looking nice. Let's keep moving on to the east. Quite heavy cloud cover, so probably won't see the sun popping through this morning. More of a sort of a gray, misty day. You see right here, they're starting to form up their concrete forms around through here. So it'd be like a curved area. I think part of this is going to be turf. I'm not really sure exactly how much, but part of that will be turf. Then all of this out here will be turf. Where the equipment's sitting, that'll all be turf. And then if we look back over here, canopy going. Hear some music playing back over here now. I don't know if they got an event going on. It's kind of early for any kind of event down here. I think time now is 7:32 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. See over here they have poured a little curb around this area here, so starting to get stuff basically formed up here and there across the site. And we'll go back down through here. Love statue platform directly ahead of me there. So eventually, as time goes along, the Love statue will come back whenever they feel it's safe to bring it back on site. And back over here, the water and fog plaza. Back down through here. Water and Fog Plaza back here. It's pretty much pretty far along really on this area here. They just got to fill in these other little sections here. I don't know if they'll be concrete, or I would think they would be concrete. You wouldn't want turf down in an area that would potentially turn into a swamp down there with turf. And back over here, they have poured a stretch of the area through here that is the Civic Alley. Whoops, we gotta start anew. Way up on 8 minutes now here. Let me stop this. Right, here I am starting a third segment, I believe. So let's walk on down this way on the Civic Alley. And got some gaps in here, so I'm gonna have to be careful crossing these gaps. Guess I can just step down, step back up. So let me pan back on around this way to the Water and Fog Plaza. And we'll look at that from this point of view. It's coming along. Another cutout here. Got some kind of event going on back over there somewhere. Seems like kind of a crazy morning to have an event, sprinkling and everything, but party on. And let's pan back around here. They got this big area here. They're starting to set up some kind of circular form right there. And that might be a planter for a tree or something. Then back over here, the Water and Fog Plaza is pretty well fleshed out. Just got to fill in those planters with some landscaping. I don't think I'm going to go too far down this way with all this hoopla going on down here. Let's see what's happening with the East Bowl and then move on back around. We can see the East Bowl canopy hasn't really progressed that much, at least to my eye.
Our banners up there, we did set up yesterday.
Something going on behind City Hall there.
Unfortunately, I did not. Rain pretty steadily.
I think this is far out, so I'll go down this way, I think, today. But we can see everything's taking shape. The East End's got a little bit more to go compared to the West End, which is moving along quite well.
Runners, start making your way over to the clothing check if you're going to close check. And we'll see you at the start line.
This is some kind of a running event. Sounds like they're talking about a start line, whatnot. So maybe it's some kind of a mini marathon or something. Let's go on back up this way. We're by City Hall, see what's happening up here. All this stuff is beginning to get finished up and taking shape concrete-wise. Landscaping still got to be got into there and get that finished up. Irrigation, it looks like irrigation work's still underway. Back over here in the lagoons. Still haven't brought Don Quixote back yet either. He'll be over there on that pedestal. Lady with fish. Right here is the other art piece that's down here in the lagoon area. Move back towards the canopy out here. So we get a lay of the land here from City Hall, Civic, the Performing Arts building back there, the 360 canopy. Then back over here will be the Water and Fog Plaza, and then there'll be the misters will be kicking up a nice little fog there, probably with uplighting that may be computer controlled or something. Should make a fairly interesting view of the whole place down here. Let's see, I think I'll go back this way. Changes out here are becoming more subtle now. Not like any huge big things to show since the concrete is getting poured and whatnot. This all clogged up here. Let's see. I think I'll walk down through the Botanic Gardens here. So This will all be botanic gardens out in here. Flower beds, planters. You can see here, I think I showed this last time, these bases where they'll put planters on top of those. And then they'll have planters through here and various kinds of arrangements for the various kinds of plants they'll bring in. I think some of them will be from other parts of the world, maybe desert fauna from other deserts, South America, possibly. Places that have desert plants that can be interesting to view. Let's shoot over here to the canopy. Going back around towards the West Paseo. This might be a little bit of a shorter tour today. Not really that much to show that's different down here. There's some stuff in the West Paseo I want to show. But then here will be the Marshall Gardens right here, and in that little water feature there'll be a fountain that'll shoot water up into the air. And back over here on this west side of the canopy, we got the sidewalk kind of blocked off there with pile of dirt and whatnot. I think they're working on irrigation there or something. So, but you can see the whole West Bowl area here where people will sit on a turfed area in the future and watch presentations. Maybe movie night or something will be down here. Getting that all cleaned up, so all aspects of the project are starting to come together. Starting to get stuff cleaned up. So this is like December 4. So as we move on along to the end of December, probably get a good bit of this completed. And then since the NFL has no interest in coming out here, they want to be down on Brown in Maine. I don't really see any imperative to push anything very hard down here. Just continue on and try to get it mostly done by the end of February if you can. By the time you start hitting the last week of February, you'll be into spring training. Uh-oh. I'm way over my time limit here. Let me stop and start a new segment. Right, this will probably be the last segment for sure here. See, they're also working on getting their electrical, I believe these are electrical boxes, or have something to do with the electrical systems. And back in this turquoise planter here, you can see they've got a lot of the boxes that I think are connected with the electrical system connections and whatnot, so they can get their lighting fixed up out through here. And this is looking a lot more filled in than it was the last time I was down here, so this is all looking good. Might not be long before they bring all these art pieces back, I would think. But you got to get in here with some kind of truck and some kind of, at least a big, one of those big forklifts to lift it off the truck and put it up onto its pedestal, so that's got to be done. So we'll head back down to the West Paseo. There's a few things I want to show down here. But it's we're getting a good sense of how this lays out down through here into the future. You just have these sidewalks coming down, and then they'll have to rebuild. They might not have to rebuild anything here for the Clayton on the Park, but this will be the new entryway, or the new fixed up way to get into the building right there. Watch this here, that's a big water hole there. Step in that. Have a wet shoe. Just going to step over this one here. And as we enter back into the West Paseo, back over here, I've noticed that they've completed this brickwork up on top of here by the venue building. We've got that all fixed up, looks like. Go over there and check that out. See up here, got this brickwork fixed up here, so this is looking nice and almost completed up through here. They still got to fix up. This will probably just be a planter or something right here, I'm guessing. And that. And they've got the brickwork actually pretty much finished all the way down the hallway there. I checked that out earlier. So that's pretty much completed down through there. There's still something along the edge of that between the pillars they've got to fix up, it seems. See back up here. All this is taking shape. Let's walk down here. Go up the ramp. You can see also they're putting their capstones on the walls here. At least these walls, you can see they're putting capstones on here. So that'll finish off and give that more of a finished look instead of just a concrete wall there. And they're running that around from each end. So that's getting taken care of. And then probably one of the last things they'll do is put the turf in down here in these two areas, I think. So as we pan on around, see how this is taking shape and see what this is going to look like in the future. So everything's coming along across the site. The West Paseo is coming along. Would not be surprised if they could complete the West Paseo by December, end of December, early January. And then maybe they would open up the West Paseo and then just move the fences down to the Clayton on the Park building and then just seal that off until they can complete that area. But you can see here they've got these finishing stones at the top of the wall going here. So that's what we got today. Across the site on a rainy day. So the site got quite a bit of water. That's one thing that could mess with them if you start getting a series of winter storms down through here. Then that'll put a little crimp in their work schedule, I would think. Here's what we got going on down here on December 4, 2022. Time is now 7:49 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I'm going to finish this up here for today and go back home and get this all worked up. And then I'll come back. Not sure when I'll come back again, but maybe not in the too distant future. See what they're doing down here. Alrighty, let's call this good.